Pat in World Prayr led me to the church I now attend. And were it not for Pat's insight and dedication, I wouldn't be going to church. I feel that I have faith and have always had faith, even during my darkest days when I was much younger and prettier. But that's another video. But at any rate, Pat led me to this church, and I was struggling financially. Both my wife and I were. And I joined the church, and I'm grateful that God put me into World Prayr, because He knew the path that I was going to follow and really what was laying ahead of me. Because little did I know that one of the hardest things I've ever had to deal with in my life was my wife passing away. And I'm sure some of you have had a close relative and maybe even a spouse pass away, but it's a tough journey and it's a long road. But were it not for World Prayr, I wouldn't have the faintest idea of how to begin to walk that path. And it is with a deep sense of gratitude that I have now for World Prayr, because they gave me the foundation to live my life serving God. And if you want to read a story about my wife passing, I have it posted somewhere. I'll try to come up with a link, but it's called A Good Year. But that happened about the time World Prayr became a toddler. We were falling down a lot, but we always got back up and tried again. If this didn't work, we tried something else until we found something that did work. And we journeyed on because Pat, me, and several others had the faith that World Prayr would be a success. And in my mind, we are a success, but we could be better and do more. Currently, Dora is handling the networking aspect of World Prayr. Janice Birdsall has assumed some of my duties as membership director, and Catherine as well has been doing the vetting procedure on candidates. And I'm grateful that Pat was able to see that I was struggling with my duties and offered a way out without embarrassing me or anything like that. At first I was a little hurt that my duties were being reassigned, but my first and primary obligation is to serve God. And I feel that with my new duties as scheduling director, I'm more focused. I have a clearer idea of what I need to do and how to do it. And I'm grateful for Pat for recognizing that I had some difficulty doing all the things that he wanted me to do. Sometimes when we serve, we do take on more than we can handle. But until we can prove that we can handle them, we need to do the best we can, because what we can't see, someone else may. And Pat has always wanted to shine my shoes, and me the same for him, because we have regular weekly video chats now, because Skype is a great tool. And I look forward to them. At first, when we had started having these regular chats, I was nervous and a little bit scared because of what Pat would ask. But I always had the courage to answer honestly and truthfully and religiously, because that's what I needed to do and should do. And I attacked my position as scheduling director with a very religious faith that this is what God wants me to do. And should God lead me to do other things within World Prayr, the path and door will open up to me. It's up to me to be able to open that door and walk through it. I believe that World Prayr has a lot of growth left in it, because as everybody knows, Pat took a sabbatical recently, and I really enjoyed his video on his return, that we were able to give him the birthday present he most wanted. But the one thing that Pat gave World Prayr more than anything else was that vision to reconnect a broken world. And we do that one person at a time. Like he did it to me.